Looks like the rain is over for us. Still pretty cool, all things considered. Until next weekend, actually. Cooler than normal. Marty and Stripe like to give me a scare this morning. They weren't at the door and they didn't come immediately upon being called, but they're both in the house. They're both here now. But I don't appreciate that. Dawn doesn't appreciate it when they scare me, because then I get all nervous and I scare him. We were up at 7 today. Dawn had a 7:30 conference call. And he's in there. He says things are okay. There's a few JCL, job control language, coding, the framework that runs the jobs on the mainframe issues this morning. A couple of authority issues. I don't know if there's any syntax issues. Anyway, they had it under control pretty quick. Today's the last day of, like, I guess by the time they get through the next 24 hours, everything that needed to run after the cutover will have run. And, you know, they'll have gone through everything one time. They're not quite there yet. So they're just, you know, knocking off anything that's not quite right. Resubmitting a job to run after fixing an authority problem is not a big deal if it's caught in a timely manner. Good morning, Panther. Hey there, buddy. Hi. Hello. How are you? You doing good? Good. Found your nice heating pad last night. Stay warm. Also good. You could just put my food down now, Mom. The sun's trying to come out. Clouds seem to be burning off, as the saying goes. Is that really an accurate description of what happens? Probably, actually. I don't know. I'm gonna finish up the chores and then probably go sit with Gray in the hopes that Don will have a window where he can go walk. I don't know if it's gonna happen with him today or not. I'll go by myself if not. Hey, Gray. How are you? Goodness. You good? Good morning. Got lots of chicken today. Yeah, hopefully that meets with your satisfaction. Yeah. Well, unfortunately, my computer charging cable last night wasn't plugged in all the way, and my computer died during the night, and all the uploads to Drive didn't finish. So I will have to come back sometime after 11:30 and do yesterday's video, because all the files aren't out there. Not a biggie. Hey, Tux. I'm just checking on everything. The other kitties have hid because there was a large dog that came through the yard at least 3 times this morning that I saw after I was up. May have been earlier too. Ate the cat food after the kitties ate. I put a little more cat food came back and ate that. That was my bad. And then the 3rd time he was thinking about jumping up beside Tux, so there's Stripey. I pulled the food away from Tux. Not that it probably doesn't still smell like food over there. Checked with my neighbor whose dog this is not, the, you know, usual guy with the blue eye that comes and visits. He said he thinks it might belong to another neighbor. Not somebody I know, unfortunately, or have their phone number. So for now, all the kitty food is up. And I did, you know, try to get him to come to me, and that wasn't happening. Just opportunistic feeding. Didn't want any trouble. But I'm kind of keeping an eye out, either in person or on the cameras, just in case he comes back and would decide that the kitties were fun to play with. Doesn't seem to care about the kitties, though. You okay, Stripey? Hey, bud. You want to come inside for a bit? Stripey! I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you. I'm going to try to put together the Heart Lake Grand Hotel. I guess Heart Lake City. Yeah, it just says Heart Lake there, but it's Heart Lake City. Yes, thank you, nighttime. You guys are always so helpful. It's 10 o'clock, but like I said, I want to hang around a little bit and possibly watch for the dog. I'm still giving Don a chance to get off of his conference call and walk. waiting for files to finish uploading, you know. But I'm excited to build this thing. I think it's all here, at least the building part. So far, so good. I have only had to pull out just a couple of parts. I noticed this side must be off by one. I'll fix it. This has a revolving door. How cool is that? I feel like Dan Monroe from YouTube. How cool is that? Anyway, Don says he can go walk. It's 11, and I'm going to stop for now. But I think it's all here, pretty much. The black car isn't here, and the minifigures may not be here, the busboy, but the whole building, so it's going good. So when I got up this morning, it was 47. Yeah, it was chilly enough. Don and I are wishing the wind would crank itself down a little bit out here. It's quite windy again. And the chill, so.
The sun feels good though.
Yeah, definitely a jacket day. All right, go Donnie, go. It's the first time with the weight vest on in a few days. We both are noticed that our coordination's a little off today. 3 Ys in the parking lot. That one just pulled in. And there's another midnight silver metallic over there, plus jewels. You enjoying that? Oh yes, oh yes. I haven't seen Marty or Morris and Stripes currently hid also. Just staying someplace where they know the dog won't be. That surprised me. Calling for Marty though, he didn't come on over. I hate it they got scared today. I hated that dog looked like he didn't have the best life. Well, here comes Morris and Stripe. Looks like they were on the table behind the GMC. I saw them hop down. Is Marty over there too?
So I had Marianne print me another one of these bases to put the EMS on. But this time we printed it with something called support. And you can see the white, kind of a white color. That's the support material at the interface level. So it prints it using the black, the same PLA as everything, but that last layer or two, they call that the interface layer. It prints it using this support filament. And the support filament, it's designed to break away really smoothly, but you can see this is a change. This is a change. So that's how many changes from black to support that this took as it printed that. But I don't have time to fool with it right now, but I will make another video when I pop it off and actually break off the bits and pieces, because this one, if you remember, it didn't go together particularly well and it had some issues. And in fact, I used it's kind of hard to see, gap there. I actually used some super glue and or tape to kind of give it some strength, but hopefully this one is going to go together really nice.
I guess it took about 4 hours. Seems like a lot, probably 4.5. So the building's all there. This is my James Bond car because it's supposed to have this cute little taxi London looking fun car, but it doesn't. So I just put that there for the picture for the video. But the building came together really nice. It has this revolving door, which is super cool. And even cooler than that is it has a manually operated elevator. There's a little guide on the inside, and you just take her up to whatever floor she wants to get off at. I thought that was a very nice detail. The chandelier and the, you know, grand carpet and the swimming pool and a single bed, a double bed. I mean, it's music playing with the speaker, refreshments. It's loaded with stuff. I guess here's the bathroom. Look at the cool robe. All the special stickers for the building are there. But there is a lot missing. There's the black car. There's a little add-on out here on the patio with a big piano thing. And I only have one of the figures, this one. These three are missing, but I've chosen alternates. And this, the car, the little cart. And I put in a kitty cat and a bird, but it's not these two. And most importantly, I guess I kind of wish I had the bellhop. Yeah, there's this also. See the piano. So as together as it is and as great as it looks, I know it's missing a bunch of stuff still. I guess I'm missing a window pane here. I didn't notice. Have to go see. Probably missing a window pane. But it was a lot of fun to put back together, and the building looks great. Although I have to say that it is slightly driving me out of my mind that there's not an you know, another symmetrical piece on the other side, even if it wasn't an actual elevator. But not for today. Maybe some other day. It's cute as a button. Thanks for showing me how my elevator works. I'm a little embarrassed. But you know, I was in do mode.
That's right.
And video mode. But still, Dodd was like, oh, you can stop the elevator on the individual floor. And I'm like, you can?
Yeah.
That's why those bumps are there in this thing. Don looked at the whole thing, and that's what he did. He figured out how to stop the elevator so the girl's on her floor.
Yeah.
Thanks for the assist, Donnie. I just built the whole thing, but you know, hey.
That's very impressive. I'm quite impressed. I love the revolving door and the chandelier.
Yeah.
Ooh. And the beach umbrella.
Yep. And the little swimming pool. Can we go take a take a dip? Maybe it's heated and everything.
Yeah, well, it would have to be today.
Seriously. I was able to piece together part of the magical caravan 41688. The actual caravan itself is missing, but you know what? I've got that in another bin someplace. I'm trying to find it where I get there to see it. You might remember me building that recently, so I don't know if I had the other stuff, but I had the caravan. So now I have the whole set probably. I don't know. It's probably upstairs in the garage in one of the bins that I've been loading up. Labeled and everything, but yeah. I also do have, and I realized that I got behind and broke my rule. I do have this list of things that's out there by picture, partial sets and complete sets, and yeah, I've been a little lax here though, and updating it the last few days. Oops. All I'd have to do is take my computer upstairs in the garage attic and figure out what I missed and add it. I'm gonna need to re-inventory when I am done. Today would be a good day to do that because it's cool enough, but I'm not in the mood. But I should, the new stuff, you know, I don't need to perpetuate my problem. I can add that to it. Don didn't mean to be away for 15 minutes, but then FedEx came, and then I said, well, let's take this off. So we wanted to show what happens with the supports and all that good stuff.
Yeah, trying to find one that has quite a bit of support. Oh, there we go.
Well, here, maybe come over to the workbench where you can set it down.
Get my glasses on. But this is a cutout for the USB cable supposed to go through there. Yeah, we'll leave that one there. That's a little bit. So this is support.
Oh yeah, that's nice and loose.
Okay, so
I have to say that we used it only on the interface.
right.
And not the whole support, and
Right.
black on black is making it a little harder to see. We did that so it wouldn't take so long.
Right. Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good thing, but
Yeah, well, it seems to come off pretty easy.
right, the whole point of the special support filament, which is this one over here on the end, was a sample they gave us, is that it's supposed to tear away from the rest of the model super easy. I see the humidity's down to 33% in there, 31 over here. It's surprising, this is 78.1 and this is 76 because this one's got the heat lamp on underneath it. But
Well, yeah, this is better. So look, that mortise,
yeah.
this tendon came out. See how the tendon
Oh,
has
yeah.
that? So I was able to just pull it out. So that's how it's supposed to work.
Right. Okay.
It's working that way. Well, here we go. See, here's another little one right here.
Yeah, I
That's
probably
a
should
little-
have used the phone instead of this camera with its bad focus,
Yeah.
but
Well, anyway, in theory, I'm supposed to be able to pop that tendon out of there. In theory. Oh, there it went.
all right. Oh yeah, perfect little hole.
Oh.
So, you know, we have this thing, and Dawn, we printed this when Adam and Michelle were here, and they had a futz with it just a little bit to get it together. But we learned, we used the bamboo filament and we did the support things, and hopefully, and we printed it at a slower speed.
Yeah.
We did all the things, and hopefully this one's going to go together a little easier this time.
That's the hope. Yeah. Oh, well, that one came out, the little tendon came out great.
Yeah.
I'm getting the hang of it now. You see there, the little piece came out of this hole right here. Perfect.
Yeah. Some of it came out super easy, and a couple pieces need more work. See, Don's got the LED strip there. Even though technically it's wouldn't be lighting up the machine, it still, you know, puts light down there in the work area or whatever. So Don's just gonna install that one on the same mounting and et cetera, and yeah, we ended up with our tools and parts up top, and those are empty boxes for what's in the AMS over there and over here because the shelf's a little full. So there's what I've got of the Star Wars ship, and I really don't see anything else that goes to this. So I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming this is the Star Wars ship and these are the Star Wars figures, and I haven't been able to find this droid either. I'm going to have to hunt one more time. Take a picture and like really give it a go, but I'm going to put this in a Ziploc, but I really don't think I have any of the rest of it. And I'm probably, you know, missing the big canopy and sad. Well, this was mostly together, so it wasn't too hard to get back in good shape. I'm missing the 2 blue tail fins, 2 dolphins, 3 minifigures, and the little boat. And 1 little ladder piece back here, which I should have in my stash somewhere, but can't find and don't feel like spending 15 minutes looking for. When I find one, I'll stick it in here. So, you know, it's in good shape. The 2 fins on the top, to me, aren't taking away that much. But if I find them, I'll add them. Oh, I guess I better go get those 2 blue domes, too. We've got one more bin to do. This one has a different boat in it. Up there. Haven't put this boat together before. I think it's some sort of a rescue cruiser. I've not done this bin. This is the only other unprocessed bin, so let's see what's going on at 7 o'clock and Don's stuck on the phone. Gonna be that way all night.
Well, I've put it together and you can see it goes together much better this time. That other one had some kind of gaps, but you can barely even see the gaps in this one. I mean, it went together really well. And I guess that interface, that filament for support filament worked well. It was a little bit of work to get it off, but I think it probably was worthwhile. I'm going to put lights in this one and put it under the other AMS unit.
Well, it's taken a long time. It's 11 to get even this far, but I have pulled all the brown, the white, and the grays out, and all of the special bricks, and I haven't not found anything yet, so I'm stopping for the night. I'm packing stuff up, and I'll pick back up when I can, either tomorrow or Wednesday. I see Don got it together. He had a few minutes in between jobs running earlier, but not a lot of time, obviously. So I printed this chain in the filament that changes color in the sun. It changes to blue, so I'll have to test it out tomorrow. It was this funky yellowish white here, which is not a bamboo filament. Don did have to come out one time, but it was at the very, very beginning and get it to feed correctly. It's amazing what you can print with the 3D printer. It really is just like chain.